Morning, shout out to you. Just kind of waking up out here in the middle of the pond. Um, Morning. I think I'm gonna do some trolling. Cloudy day out here in the Pacific Northwest. If I can get you guys a little better camera angle. Like I said, beautiful day. Got two rods with us. You know, I didn't even do my intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, welcome back to another live show. Just gonna kind of keep it simple this morning. Still waking up, getting a little bit of refreshments in me. The plan was to head out to a different part of the pond and do top water, but I can't find half of my fishing gear, so we got speed worm tied on to the bait caster. We'll just kind of drag that around, see if we can find something, but we got to kind of make a slow turn here, get out of these lily pads. Lately, the fish been hanging out a little bit deeper, and that's kind of what I'm gonna go for. Lake is absolutely calm, like glass this morning. Got one. Missed one. Missed one. That Ned rig is running deep on the bottom. We'll get back out there. See if we can't hook up. Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking the time to check us out. We're just kind of cruising in the John boat, seeing what bites. Running a speed worm, and that speed worm's getting crushed. There it is. Ooh, feels like a big boy. You just say it like a big boy, but that's maybe a quarter pounder. Pretty nice bass. First fish of the day, off to a great start. Absolutely nailed that jig head. Try to get him back in as quickly as we can. All right, a little largemouth, maybe a quarter pound. Can we get a like for that largie? Haven't been in the water more than all of 5 minutes, but I'll just make a couple good casts here. I want to keep trolling. I'd like to hit a little something different. Maybe get that other rod out. I think I got a blue fox on that. Absolutely beautiful, foggy morning in the Pacific Northwest. And if you're thinking, why is this dude wearing a coat in the middle of July? It's cold where I live. It's about 55 degrees, which means the water temp is pretty cold too. And we're just kind of trolling around. I live on a 4-acre pond. And I'm almost to the end of it now, so I'm going to go up, make a wide swing, and then I'll turn around and get some lines in the water. Hope you guys are having a good Thursday. It's like Friday Eve, right? One more day closer to the weekend. And if you're new to the channel, I'm live every morning on the 7s. 7 evening, 7 in the morning. And normally I try to fish something different in the morning. Didn't kind of work out that way. Just in the backyard pond. Pickles. Connection, is it the audio or is it the video? Good to see you, Barbecue. Let me know if it improves, man. Pretty deep right here. This is the deeper part of the pond, probably about 19 feet. Got fish turning over. I don't know, new mic. Let me see if it's working. I think the mic is good. I think it's the fact that I don't have hardly any internet out here. Or hell with internet, I don't have any I have like a bar and a half that I'm working with. Joys of cell phone signals. Hopefully it gets better though. Picked up some new wind resistant mics. I don't know if we're getting hitting bottom, dragging a baby. That's what we're doing. Ooh, just popped off. That speedworm is absolutely getting crushed. Good deal. You know, I think what happened is my phone was trying to pick up off the Wi-Fi and it took a second to get out over the off of the Wi-Fi. Hopefully we're a little bit better. Bass are pretty active this morning. I'm just trolling a speedworm behind the boat and already caught one. Failure to connect on another. Like to get a little tiger tail in the water or blue fox. Pretty calm morning on the pond. Water's looking a little glassy, which I like. Also brought a square bill with me. Square barrel wobbler. He's joining. And I don't think I fished one of these this year, so we might get him tied on and switch it up. Problem is, the trolling motor is a little fast, even on one. I don't know if we're snagging bottom. Yeah, Settlement, good to see you, bro. We had one bass, not big, maybe half a pound. We're just kind of trolling a speed worm, and if I can ever get to it, a rooster tail. Thinking about throwing out a little wobbler. Just kind of waking up, man. It's pretty early out here on the West Coast still, and dragging a little bit. Definitely feeling like a Thursday. Let's see if I can get this blue fox out there. Blue fox, number 3, gold. Settlement, man. I've been checking out your channel. You got some good fish, man. That's I like what you're doing over there for the most part. Your accent. Absolutely yeah, Pickles, man. You can check out his channel if you want to. I mean, after this live stream, then go check it out. He's got some pretty good content over there. That's a fish. Or a stick. That feels like a stick. We either have the biggest fish in the pond or we have a stick. My bet is stick, but it feels like I'm dragging it up, whatever it is. Ah, biggest catch of the day for sure. It's got to be every bit of 3 pounds. Ta-da! Yeah! 3-pounder, that's clever. Get all that excitement, get ready, thinking you got the fish of a life, and it's a stick on the bottom. Par for the course. It's alright, we'll kick her back in gear. I was gonna go up around the corner back that way and throw a frog around in the lily pads because I'm still, but I can't find them. Can't find my bag of frogs and bass gear, so just kind of dragging that speed worm around, heading to the shallow side of the pond now. Half sunk John boat right there. Nobody puts their gear away. I don't get it. You know, I see other boats on the pond occasionally. There's maybe 2 other people who fish it maybe once or twice a year. Got some kids that come out quite regularly. But they don't put their boats away. So like if it rains, which it does almost every day, they get all flooded out, and I'm like, well, what are you doing? You gotta gotta take care of your gear. Who wants to bail 200 gallons of water out of a John boat every time? This part of the pond's pretty shallow, probably about 8 feet or so. Yep, that's what I thought. Nope. Problem is with the shallow canal is it's not very wide. I picked up some seagrass there, and I'm just dragging it. My worm's up top. I'm not even really fishing with this rod at the moment. Yes, sir. Another stick. All right, we broke it free. You know, I was just kind of wanting to check out this section of the pond, but oh shit, under some branches there. Kind of trolling under this tree here. That's a low overhanging, trying to see the action on my speed worm. I might be going a little fast, but there's only one way to slow it down, and that's if I drop a bucket and drag it behind the John boat. But I think we're fishing pretty good. Normally there's some bass that hang out in this part, but lately they've been out a little deeper. Got pretty warm yesterday, all of 65 degrees. Bass were kind of out of the shallows and moving to a larger part of the pond. Reaching the end now. Might flip around and tie on that wobbler just for something different, you know? I think I might do some camping this weekend, kind of getting geared up for that. It's not going to be solo. Yeah, I guess solo, me and the dog. But there's a free campsite home. I'd say relatively close, but when you live out in the middle of nowhere, relatively close just means within 100 miles, right? I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that blue fox off and tie on that square bill. It's patriotic for sure. We got like kind of a red, white, and blue square bill wobbler. I think it's one that that I received as a gift. There's no brand or make on it. It's probably some kind of Amazon or Temu special, but let's see if we can get something to hit it. Pretty big diver. I'm assuming we're going to be doing some weeding. Hey, good morning to you. If you're just getting here, we're doing some trolling in the backyard pond. Hooked up a half-pound largemouth. You know, it keeps getting bigger. We picked up a quarter-pound largemouth. Kind of tying on a square bill wobbler. Fixing to drag that through, make another couple big passes. We're kind of the shallow part of the lake. I might throw that speed worm around a little bit and just kind of fish this area. Seems like the fish have been out a little deeper. There's a couple little docks around here. I'm going to try to make a cast or two. See if we can't get any love on the speed worm. Pretty big willow tree just off to the camera behind you there. Definitely ready for the weekend. Got to finish up. Built a fence for this lady yesterday. Got all the posts set. And, oh, we're getting bites. Ooh, chased me all the way up to the boat. Couldn't get that hook set though. And normally when I'm setting fence posts, it's just feel like I got some weeds. Yeah. Normally I'll dry pack the concrete, but this lady wanted a wet pour. And you know, if you pay me, I'll do it however you want to do it. But that turned into quite the project, you know. Now I'm mixing up concrete in a wheelbarrow, and not to sound too much like an old man, but those 60-pound bags whip my ass. Still waking up, knocking that rust off, you know. But all the posts are set, so now all I gotta do is go ahead and slap up some 2x4s and a couple fence posts. Should be a pretty easy day. Did the hard stuff yesterday. Today's kind of the wind down from it. Reel's not dialed in at all. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it back into gear, maybe move to a little different section on the pond. Kind of want to check out the action on that square bill. Got our themed up oh, there he is. Oh, did you see that? That was a pretty big jump. Hi, buddy. Ooh, he's heavy. I like him. Bellied up. Pretty nice fish there. Just crushed that Ned rig as soon as I kicked it into gear. Yeah, he's a pretty nice fish. Probably a good pound. Largy. Thanks for playing, buddy. All right, fish number 2. Pretty good sized largemouth. I am going to, I'm just trolling that speed worm, and he absolutely came up and crushed it. We'll see if we can do that again. Makes it hard to run 2 rods, but we'll see what happens. Couple big overhanging, I want to say they're alder trees. In this part of the pond, and he was just hanging out. A little heavier for Ned rig, probably 3/8. And just kind of trying to see the action on this square bill. He's looking good. Let's let him out, get him down there. I think I've caught one on a square bill this year. I would like to make that happen. Yeah, sometimes I get in that bad habit of just running the same lure because I know it'll work. But it's nice to switch it up. Like I'm still on that top water frog kick. Forever the Optimist on it. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, but the action on that wobbler is crazy. That rod's just tick, 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 tick. But it's kind of cool. Got 2 lines out. We're just slowly cruising, making our way up through the pond here. Might be cruising a little fast. I have the bucket, but I don't have any. This is the bucket I drag behind the boat to kind of slow me down. But I guess I could kick the motor on and off. Let a little bit more line out. We're kind of getting into the deeper part of the pond. Got the neighbor's German Shepherd all woke up. Speed worm to the right. Nope, it's backwards for you guys. So that rod's got a wobbler. Not a wobbler, I don't know what you want to call it, a square bill. The other one's kind of got a Ned rig with the speed worm. 2 bass so far, off to a pretty good Thursday morning. All my neighbors are like, what the fuck is this guy doing in this John boat? Because before me, nobody fished it. Nobody, I'm pretty sure, like some big fish turning out over here. We'll see if we can maybe even pick up one of them yellow perch on a speed worm. Something hit it. They're chasing it. I might slow it down a little. Kick the motor out of gear. Kind of flipping that motor in and out of gear, trying to change up the pace. Hey, shout out to you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. I am not paying attention and we are driving into the weeds. Brake check, turn right. Drift boat action, I guess. It's okay, I think we'll straighten out. Well, we're just gonna cruise up, make a turn. I'll flip you guys around, let you see the pond. Oh, just kidding, can't see nothing. There you go. Thinking about heading up around that corner there, but it's really shallow this time of year, and I don't feel like dealing with the lily pads and doing a gondola ride. I did that with my camping trip. You know, normally in the winter there's, 3 feet of water and I can get through there no problem. But this time of year it's a bit of a headache. I'm just gonna do a quick turn around. Wobbler? What do we got? We got a fish on the... Oh, we missed the fish. We missed the fish on that wobbler. Or not wobbler, excuse me, square bill. We'll put it back out there, see if we can't connect. Continue making this turn. Yeah, man, pickles. I learned that yesterday. I did my live at 7 evening, and tons more views. Like 400 views versus 30 views. And I like shooting vertical, 9/16s or whatever. But if I do that, I can't chop up the video and use it later. Well, I can. I don't know. I like... when I'm watching it back, I like... All right. That is, like, excellent advice, man, because I do pick up a lot more views that way. And I get a lot more comments. I got, like, 4 subs yesterday off of shooting vertical. I just prefer the wide view. I feel like I can get more into the shot than just me. But with that being said, I might switch to the vertical mode. I think I come through in better quality too. It's 1080 at 60 frames per second if I'm shooting vertically. Versus like 520 when I shoot horizontal. And you're absolutely right, man. Vertical looks great if you're on the phone and you're holding it vertically. It looks good. I like the landscape mode. I just like the look of it better. And, you know, especially if you're on your computer or laptop or something. Like 12% of my, oh, big old fish just turned out right next to the boat here. 12% of my audience watches on the TV, and I'm like, how? How are you watching? I guess you cast it from your phone? I don't know. But, yeah, I know yesterday I was really growing the subscriber count and video views and comments. A lot of people only watch on their phone vertically. It pops up in all the feeds, and people tend to check it out more. And I might get there. You know, maybe I'll switch it up. Maybe my evening cast will be vertical. Seems to be I'm getting more views in the evening, but appreciate that advice, Pickle. Yeah, me too, man. You know, my wife's a little bit younger than me, and she's glued to her phone. She'll watch like full-length movies on a phone. And I'm like, why the hell do we have a 75-inch TV if you're just going to stare at your phone all day? It's, I'm not being a hater, but maybe a little bit, you know? Pickles, man, if you're going to want to be around and you want to be a moderator, let me know. It doesn't, pays lousy, absolutely nothing. And a lot of times there's a whole lot of nothing to do, but I could use a moderator. You know, I've been getting trolled a little bit lately, especially in the evenings. Had a bite on the speed worm. Like the action on that square bail, just not getting any luck. I think the square bail is pretty shallow. Yeah, man, you show up a lot. You've been here since like I started doing this. I would really appreciate it if you were a moderator, man. Kind of set out on a little personal quest to get to 5K subs. I didn't think I'd ever get to 2,500. I didn't think I'd get to 500. But I did. Here we are. You know, if I do something, I want to do it the best I can. So I'm kind of grinding to this 5K. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But getting some action on that speed worm. Getting kind of by the overhanging trees. Motor's strolling a little bit faster than I'd like, so I'm kind of kicking in and out of gear. I can flip you around so you can see what I'm talking about. You know, they don't look all that exciting on camera, but we got some big alder trees here that are definitely sloped and leaning and overhanging the water quite a bit. And this is where I picked up that little largemouth last time. It's kind of making good passes, cruising around. Square bill's really working, but I think I might tie on a rooster tail instead. A little too close. Getting a little bite on that speed worm. I don't think that square bill's getting yeah, no, the guy who lives there is named Dave. He's a nice guy, but he can't he can't bank fish that at all. The HOA was talking about having him cut down, but the HOA doesn't really care about this part of the HOA, to be honest. Coming up to the end of the pond. This part of the pond's pretty shallow. Storm drain's just right over there. Speed worm was getting crushed. It wasn't really being a speed worm at that point. I like the action on that square bill. I just don't think, I don't know, it doesn't hurt anything to leave it out there. But I think I'm gonna just tie on a rooster tail and see if we can't get something that way. We'll switch it up and go with lime green yellow. Kind of a bullfrog look to it. You know, instead of just letting a little bit of line out, I'm trying to tie it when I only got, 2 inches of line to work with. Hey, if you're just getting in here, shout out to you. Thanks for taking the time to check us out on a Thursday morning. Need to invest a couple bucks into a new boat plug. Got probably 1/4 inch of water in the bottom of the John boat. And it's because my plug leaks a little bit. And I can't remember the last time I replaced it. So eventually they get dried, worn out. There is the Sandcastle Festival. Starts today. And people from all over the place come in and build these really epic sandcastles. And I know that word's overused, but they're really pretty cool. They spend 2-3 days, have these big competitions. I'm just gonna throw this rooster tail around. That's pretty good. That would make for a pretty good thumbnail there, but I think we're just caught up on a stick. This is the story of how you lose a rooster tail on a first cast. But anyways, like I was saying, there's a sand building competition. And I think me and the wife are going to head down there and check that out. And I'm hoping to do it today before all the tourists arrive. I live just north of the tourist town. Where I live is kind of more remote. Oh, just like that. Lost the rooster tail to the depths of the lake there. Find another one. I guess this is technically a tiger tail watermelon. I've been dragging this thing around for a few days now. Might make a short video about the sand castles. Probably put that out this week. You know, it used to be, that's where all my content came from. I never went live. I just edited videos, shot and edited videos. And that's a whole different vibe. I think I like doing this more. And it definitely feels like it's my bread and butter. So I don't plan on ever quitting. But that's pretty easy to say when it's, you know, the middle of July. Come December, February, when it's pouring down rain, we might change our tune a little bit. But what I guess I'm trying to get at is like I miss editing videos. I shot a tent review and a review of this cot that I got. And I'm not really a review channel, but occasionally I run into a piece of gear and I'm kind of excited by it, or really enjoy it. So if that's the case, long story short is look out for some new videos coming out soon. I'm gonna kind of head back to the shallow part of the pond. Kind of looking how my lures are spinning in the water. Speed worm's looking fantastic. That tiger tail, you gotta work it kind of quick compared to like a blue fox. That little, what do you want to call it, blade, just doesn't like to spin. I think we'll kind of hang out here for a minute. A couple docks. Let's throw the speed worm around. Apparently I only got 20% left on the battery of the phone, so if I end the live early, I apologize. Pretty shallow here. Probably in about 4 to 6 feet of water. I think we'll just make a big turn, head down the lake, see if we can't hook up with something. Kind of cruise that big tree line of alders. Houston, we have a problem. We might be dragging a bass. Need to get out of these weeds. Yeah. Trying to multitask. Got too much going on. Sorry, buddy. Hold on. Motor's kind of tangled up in some weeds underneath the tree here. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's not do that. All right. Current situation is we have a bass caught in a tree wrapped around my other pole. That could be, okay. All right, we're out of the tree. Got the fish. Tiny guy. I mean, we're not even 6 inches. If I hold him close, doesn't he look big? Beautiful baby bass. Let's get him back, let him grow. Thanks for playing, little fella. That's it, man. Still a fish. We can do some bar math. 3 3s equal a 9, right? 2 5s is a 10. Works at the bar, works while you're out fishing, too. Look, I think I'm gonna have to check my motor. I think we're all tangled up here. Sometimes it's better to just keep it simple. You know, one rod, one pole. Got a little bit of salad on my prop. Should probably just move my prop up a little bit. Lures are absolutely fouled up in the weeds. You know, sometimes I should just leave those weeds on there. They're really slowing me down on the trolling speed, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Can't leave the weeds on there because it just totally murks my battery. Let's clear that out, get that speed worm going. Take a look at our tiger tail. I got hit off the top. I was a half an inch into the water. Got nailed. Almost lost my rod. Got something moving around in the bushes behind me. Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a German Shepherd. Underway again. Just kind of working the drop off. There's a pretty big drop off. It goes from 4 to 6 feet to 12 pretty quickly. Need to head down to Napa Auto Parts store and replace this battery. The signs you're getting old is like, oh, it's a brand new battery. I just got it. Yeah, I just got it 5 years ago. And it's tired. It needs to be replaced. Then 10% on the phone. Hopefully we can catch another fish. Got some big predatory birds flying around. We get osprey out here in the Pacific Northwest, also known as a Seahawk, which is kind of our football team. Oh, there he is. It feels like a nice one. Ah, multi-species action. All right. Pretty good size yellow perch. Probably half a pound or so. Nice looking perch. Back you go, little fella. He's flopping around. Got a half-inch of water on this John boat. And, hey. Bro, you don't want to live in the boat. I promise you. Under the seat. Stop it. Thank you. All right, yellow perch for the win. Back you go, little fella. He crushed that speed worm, which is kind of cool. Normally I'm fishing that speed worm for a bass, but that's the second time I've picked up a perch on him. But, perch are pretty aggressive feeders, so that doesn't surprise me too much. No love on that tiger tail. Battery on the camera is getting pretty low. I'm gonna have to probably call it a day here pretty quick, but appreciate you taking the time to check out the channel. downloaded some streaming software from for the laptop. It's like I said, I want to get better. You know, I mean, everybody kind of just starts on a phone. Picked up these new mics. They have windsocks and built-in noise reduction. I was watching some of the audio, and it's significantly better. You know, some of these lives, though, have terrible picture quality. I think if I switch to vertical mode, I'll lose some of my shot, but tends to be a lot better. I got other cameras, better gear. You know, I got a GoPro and a Canon, which are great. And if I'm shooting, it's always high def quality. But to go live, you got to be connected to a network, and the only way to do that is either the home Wi-Fi or try to run it through my phone. And the phone doesn't get very good bars where we're at. Hey, if you're just getting here, shout out to you. Picked up 3 bass so far. I think 3. You'll have to ask Pickles, barbecued Pickles, Pickles Barbecue. He helps kind of keep me honest. We're just live fishing, backyard pond. Kind of just trolling around, hoping to catch some fish. I'll switch you around, let you look at the pond, so you don't have to keep staring at me. Yeah, man, Pickles. You know, I think I went with, I think it's called OP. And if you're on I don't have a GoPro, I have a DJI Action 5. Great camera, you know, waterproof. And you give them permission so they can access your account, and then you go live. But it doesn't show up live. It just says scheduled live. And I can't read chat. I can't do anything. So, you know, if I get a little bit of time on my hands, I'm learning this OP, I think is the name of it, streaming software. I figured out how to add multicams to it, and want to set that up in the backyard. But it's a learning curve, and I just got to do it. You know, talk is cheap. It takes money to buy the whiskey. But I'd really like a multicam live stream. And I don't know if that would show up in on the phone streams or not. Kind of out in the fat part of the pond here. Got a gimbal on the tripod. Hopefully it's a little smoother. You know, normally I'm shaking like crazy. I'm seeing perch just turn out like nuts. Signs of life on the pond are really starting to come together. That's, what do we got? We got something chasing us. Do we have a fishy? Getting a little action on the speed worm here. I think he's off. No action on that rooster tail at all. Keep calling it a rooster tail, but it's not. It's a tiger tail. Rooster tail, in my opinion, is better than these little tiger tails. That blade just doesn't work the way it should. I'm gonna check my little speed worm. Making a quick turnaround. Speed worm looks good. Just kind of strolling through the deeper part of the pond here. Probably in about 19 feet of water or so. Phone battery's gonna die. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking us out. Live fishing every day on the 7s. 7 p.m., 7 a.m. Pacific Standard. Already caught a few bass at the moment. We're just kind of turning around, trolling the deeper part of the backyard pond. Pretty tight turn there. Don't want to really cross my lines. Not a very big pond, about 5 acres. But it connects out into other larger ponds, other lakes, streams. Where I live, everything's kind of connected by water. And we got bluegill, yellow perch, spotted bass, largemouth bass, trout, and I haven't caught one in a while, but we get the occasional bullhead catfish. Right now it seems to be mainly picking up a pretty good sized yellow perch and bass. Largemouth bass is seemingly what we've gotten this far. If that sounds like your kind of thing, hit that like button for me. Maybe consider subbing. Like I said, we're live every day on the 7s. I've been trying to get out and fish a new pond, river, stream, ocean. The tide this afternoon in the ocean looks like it's going to be pretty good. I'm going to be a little bit early. Exta, man, normally I'm a catch and cook guy, but lately in the backyard pond we've just been catch and release, running barbless hooks so I'm not damaging the fish. I mean, I'm pretty heartless. Fish lives don't matter, but I don't like catching something and hurting it if I'm not going to eat it, you know? So, and it depends on the fish. You know, bass are always catch and release because I don't enjoy eating bass. Perch, if I can get a pretty good perch, I might be inclined to eat that. Surf perch are always catch and cook. Salmon are always catch and cook. Catfish, catch and cook. But it depends. You know, I got quite a bit of fish in my freezer. I've been doing this live twice a day for a couple weeks now. And you know, I live in a elderly community, and there's a lot of widows out here, and their husbands used to fish, so they're all used to eating fish. And I run like a seafood food bank, man. If you're an elderly woman and you really like fish, I'll stop by and drop you off some, you know. And that's where the majority of my fish go, to be honest with you. Just people in my community that like to eat fish and can't get out there and do it anymore. But like I said, I was looking at the tide chart. I live a mile from the beach. The ocean's, the Pacific Ocean is about a mile that way. And it's supposed to be a pretty good tide around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. And plan on going out and doing some surf perch fishing live this evening. If you guys want to check it out, I'd love to see you there. Just kind of coming up on the end of the pond now, making a big turn. Lots of down trees in this particular part of the pond, and makes for excellent foliage, you know, coverage for the bass. Turning a little bit sharp Don't really want to cross my lines too bad, but I don't have a big pond to work with. Hopefully we'll get straightened out. Those lines will untangle themselves. If you're just getting here, thanks for checking us out. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. One day closer to the weekend. I'm ready. How about you? I fish this pond at least once a day. But lately I've been trying to find somewhere new. I live in the Pacific Northwest. There's ponds, streams, rivers, oceans. And typically in the morning, I'm fishing somewhere new. A new pond, new stream, new lake, new something. Today didn't work out that way because I got to go do that 9 to 5 here in a little bit. But tonight I'm planning on being live from the ocean. And I've fished that a couple times. I think one other live. But that's pretty hard to do. So I don't know. But yeah, no, to answer your question, yeah, man, I'm going to be checking out new ponds, new streams every day, hopefully. Like I said, it doesn't always work out that way. You know, sometimes work gets in the way and I can't get out to a new spot. But lots of new ponds. You just gotta tune in. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes. Yeah, Pickles. I think hopefully if everything goes well at work, I should be on the beach at 6. You know, I keep changing the times up from 6 to 7, but this one I got to be pretty accurate because the tide is pretty particular. There's a particular tide I like to fish. That being, are you an hour ahead of me in Colorado? Guess so, but I like to fish an incoming tide about 2 hours before the high. And I think high is like right around 7. So maybe I'll get there an hour before. Hopefully I can pick up some delicious perch. Mountain time. That sounds so fancy. But I guess accurate. Do you live in the mountains? What's your elevation, bro? You know, I miss the mountains, man. I grew up in the foothills up north, right at the base of Mount Rainier. My grandparents owned a 75-acre farm, and I grew up with geese and cows and ducks and pigs. And grew up in the foothills. And, you know, we get quite a bit of snow in the winter, and I miss, like, that was my childhood. You know, this coastal vibe, it's all flat, and it's pretty here, but we don't get any snow. I mean, maybe maybe a couple of years we'll get a half inch, and then everything closes down because we don't know how to drive in snow, to be honest. You can drive through 2 feet of soft sand, but you put me on 6 inches of icy snow, and I'm just sideways in the ditch. Yeah, man, I grew up in the, not the Rockies, but the Cascades. I think my hometown was at about 2,000 feet. And, you know, we'd regularly get about 4 or 5 inches of snow a year, which I know is nothing for Colorado, but, I mean, it was something, you know? I think I got one more move in me. You know, I love my home, and I'll probably always own it, but I'd like to move one more time. You know, Seattle used to be nice, man. Pike Place Market. They had, you know, the Pier 56 down there. And I don't want to get into politics too bad. My camera is absolutely dying. My phone just turned black. I will catch you guys hopefully tonight at 6 p.m. Hope to see you there. This has been Outdoors Unk. Reminding you, go outside, man. Good for your soul. Hope you have a great Thursday. Can't even see to end it. Bum, bum, bum.